Yeah, obviously we had a couple really big offensive possessions that were, we turned it over, which led to quick baskets for them. Had an offensive foul. Mitchell had a steal on one. So those obviously were, and then we had one possession, I think, as well, where we got a really poor shot, but it started a break. So probably just not scoring enough to get our defense set up. We were kind of in scramble mode, playing transition defense there late in the game. Yeah.
Obviously, Jaylen Tyson had a really big game for them. I guess how come you guys weren't able to kind of shut his water off?
Yeah, obviously we were super focused on Mitchell and trying to do some things there. And listen, he made every three he took, which he is a good 3-point shooter, but he made a bunch of tough kind of floaters down the lane off the glass. He just played really well. I think a lot of the stuff we were doing was pretty effective. He just kind of kept making every play for him. Yeah.
Nick, why do you think these two games and maybe this matchup for Tyrese was such a struggle this week? He just felt like he could never get going as a scorer.
Yeah, I think obviously they got some great size. They did a pretty good job of putting two on him a lot. It didn't get a whole lot, I thought, at the basket. He had a few chances, and again, I think maybe like his last shot he made was a pretty nice floater before he gets to the secondary defender, which is something more he's got to use. I thought he did have some good looks at three. Just didn't make as many as he probably normally would. He liked to, for sure. But they do a pretty good job with their length and putting two on him and pulling over towards Joel, and I thought we did a pretty good job for a lot of stretches of the game playing through some other guys and getting it to the weak side, and especially that stretch to start the fourth, the offense was really, really good. We got ball moving and got to the rim and got open catch and shoots and stuff there for a stretch. Just not good enough down the stretch though. I don't think either making a shot or getting a good enough one. Yeah.
Kelly and Quentin were able to give you guys a big boost off the bench. What did you just kind of make of their offensive kind of performances?
Yeah, those guys did a good job. There's pretty significant minutes there. I think I mentioned that before the game. The choices are go big and try to match their size or make them match yours. And for the most part, I think it was. I think the guys we had in there were the guys we wanted in there, and I think Q had a really long stretch there. I thought Kelly was playing pretty well. Like it was a coin toss between them, really. So I thought again they did a good job.
You mentioned not good enough down the stretch. Just overall this season, how would you evaluate how you guys have played kind of in these crunch time, down to the wire moments?
Listen, I think early on, I think we played really well. I think that, obviously this one wasn't very good. There's been a couple other ones where we could have executed some things. The game in Toronto, we didn't get the ball in bounds, and we had a couple guys that made pretty simple plays to make, and we didn't make them. But obviously, it kind of evens out a lot over the year, and I thought we were really great early. And I think we've got to get a little bit better right now at it. Yeah.
What do you make of the chemistry between Joel and Paul? Because it sounds like they're starting to hit a stride between them with spacing and passing to one another. Yeah.
I think you're right. I think there's finally some minutes there between them. I think there's some ceiling to get to with it for sure with some more time. I think again we probably could, I think Paul plays 30 minutes could probably get a little bit more involved in some things offensively as well. But again, more time and more opportunities to play together, should help that.
You talked at practice about wanting VJ to be aggressive offensively, that sort of mid-range pull-up you talked about. I think that was your first basket of the game, but then he only ends with 5 shots. I guess just what do you make of that number? Is that about him not being aggressive enough? Is that what Cleveland was doing against him defensively?
No, I think that, certainly not probably aggressive enough. I think, again, I keep saying that there's opportunities kind of in the open floor that we'd like him to be more aggressive, right? I think there was a couple where I think he could have went, down, with his patented kind of down the lane, rise up and get to the front of the rim. Always going to encourage that. I don't think he had a ton of opportunities tonight. I think that Joel kind of had it going and was in his hands a lot and things like that. I thought VJ did a heck of a job at working on Mitchell and all those guys did. And just one of those games where the ball didn't find him much.
You went to Trendon in that pocket in the middle of the second quarter that had been Jared for a while, and then you went back to him over Jabari in the second half. I guess just what did you make of Trendon's minutes, and what have you liked about the way he's looked recently?
Yeah, so I think that we had just a little bit of a rough patch in the second with execution and ball handling, and decided to go with him for that. And again, I think I liked them having to play our smaller lineup than I did our bigger lineup.